Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. Today is a really good one. I made my prize-winning chili. It's not the exact recipe that I used when I won the chili cook-off, but it's a variation of it, one that I am comfortable sharing because the prize-winning recipe is a secret. Shh. But even though this one didn't win the prize back when, I think you could definitely win one now. It is super fragrant and so hearty and tangy and sweet and spicy. It's absolutely delicious, and I would put this in the chili cook-off today. Get a good look at it, guys. Oh my goodness. My mouth is watering just thinking about it. So let's go ahead and take a nibble. Now usually it's a 2-day recipe, but I have changed it and modified it. So it was just an hour cook in the crock pot. So I get to enjoy it today. I don't have to wait another day. That is instantly good food dance. That is yummo. It's still very reminiscent of my original recipe, but bursting with even more flavor. Like the additions and the modifications that I made just make it super tangy, and then like this awesome note of sweet comes in from the barbecue sauce that we use, and I have just the right amount of kick from the hot sauce. This is definitely a hearty and warming dish. We are having a pretty mild winter right now in North Dakota, and I don't want to enjoy it too much because I know it's probably from global warming. But when it does start to get chilly, which is inevitable here, this is going to be perfect. It's so warming and so inviting. Your whole house will smell super delicious, and then your tummies will be very happy. So stick around, watch how this chili is made, and make it at home. Okay y'all, let's get going on the first step for this chili, and that is to put in our base, which is 1 red bell pepper and a ½ cup of red onion. We're gonna get it right into our skillet where our oil has been heating. Sizzle! Okay, once you have your onion and your pepper in your skillet, we're gonna let it cook for 3 minutes. Okay, it's been 3 minutes, so now we are going to add a tablespoon of minced garlic. We're gonna cook that with our onions and our peppers for a minute. It has been a minute, it's time to move on to the next step. We're going to add our hamburger to our peppers, onions, and garlic, and we're using a new brand today, Gardein. We're gonna assume that's how it's pronounced. This is their version of the Morningstar crumbles that I always use. So let's get these in the skillet, and we're gonna cook these with our peppers, onions, and garlic until they're brown. So to your crumbles, we're gonna add some seasoning. So you're gonna add salt and pepper, ½ tablespoon of chili powder, ½ tablespoon of garlic powder, ½ tablespoon of onion powder, ½ tablespoon of cumin. And the last ingredient is vegetarian Worcestershire sauce, and we're gonna do just a splash. Okay, now that all of your seasoning is in your skillet, you're going to let it cook until the crumbles are brown. And a note on how these new crumbles are cooking, it's cooking really well. Like, it looks so much like hamburger. Get over here and take a look. That's what our crumbles are looking like cooking. It really does look like hamburger meat. So we're gonna finish cooking it and then we'll come back together. Okay y'all, it's time to do a crock pot dump. First, you wanna get your crumbles in, and our crock pot is set on low for the first hour of cooking. So after our crumbles, we're gonna put our beans in. I have 1 can of chili bean, not drained. Keep the sauce and the juice. Next, you're going to do your baked beans. I got the vegetarian. You wanna keep the juice. Okay, and finally you wanna do 1 can of kidney beans, and these are drained. So now it's time for the seasoning, and this is still a little weird for me because it's not my award-winning recipe and I have changed it, but it's still so weird because even my family doesn't know this much of my chili recipe. You guys are so special to me. So we're gonna start with salt and pepper. So you're gonna do a tablespoon of chili powder. You're gonna do a ½ tablespoon of garlic powder, ½ tablespoon of onion powder, ½ tablespoon of cumin. Okay, and we're gonna mix the dry seasoning up. This is definitely a new ingredient. I have never put this in my recipe before. I decided to redo it to share, and I love it. I love the extra hit of sweet and tang. So we're gonna put in a 1/4 cup of barbecue sauce. I'm using sugar-free, honey flavored, but you can use your favorite barbecue sauce. And we're going to do 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard and just a splash of hot sauce. And we're going to mix up the wet seasoning. Now the one thing that I can't really give you a precise measurement on is the tomato sauce. You want to use it as a thinner basically. So add it in until you get to a nice thin chili consistency. That's really a preference thing. I like chunky chili. Some people like thin soupy chili. So use the tomato sauce to get to your perfect consistency. Once you have your tomato sauce in, we're going to do a tablespoon of flaxseed and a tablespoon of our nutritional yeast. So the key with this chili is to taste test along the way. So we've got our spices and our seasoning in, and we really want to taste to make sure we've got the right amounts. I also want to get you guys over here to look at the consistency so you understand what I mean with the tomato sauce being your thinner. So here's the consistency that I got with the tomato sauce. That's like a perfect chili consistency to me. I don't like it any thinner or thicker. So you guys do that with your preference. So let's go ahead and taste test. Oh yeah, that is a very familiar taste. I love my chili, if I do say so myself. We're actually right on point with the seasoning. So now that we've got everything in there, it's going to cook on low for an hour. I'll see you guys back in an hour. Now that you have your seasoning in your pot, we're going to cook it on medium for an hour. I said low because I don't know why. The first hour of cooking is on medium. So we will come back together after an hour of cooking on medium. Hey y'all, it's been an hour and our chili is looking fantastic. Usually my chili is a 2-day chili. You would cook it for the hour that we just did, you'd lower it and then you'd simmer it for another 2 hours, refrigerate it, that's key, and then the next day heat it up for 1 more hour and it'd be ready. But with the new recipe that I have redone and revamped, I have lowered the cooking time. Just this slow hour of cooking is going to be enough for us. So we're ready to give her a taste, but first get a look at it. There it is, guys. The aroma is amazing. That smell really hits home for me. When I did the chili cook-off, that's some of my fondest memories. My family was there, so this is really awesome. My apartment smells delicious and I can't wait to dive in. That's all for this video, guys. Thanks for being here, and I'll catch you on the next foodie adventure. Bye, y'all.